Hello book lovers. Okay, let's take that off now. About a year ago I read Cloud Atlas by David Mitchell upon my brother's recommendation. I don't have my copy of the book with me because my dog found it and ate the last 3 chapters, luckily after I'd finished it. But for those of you that don't know, this is what it looks like. The book is made up of 6 stories about 6 people that entwine across time. It starts in the past in 1850 and comes all the way into the future to this apocalyptic world, but then it comes all the way back again, finishing off all the stories that it started on the way and ends back in 1850 again. The problem that I had with this book is that each character has their own very specific way of telling their story. They've got a different voice and a very different narrative, which is fine, but I'd start getting very attached to a certain character and their story and their voice, only for it to end mid-journey and be wrenched out of that story and thrown into a different one that has a very different way of talking. Sometimes the main characters of each story had accents and the whole thing was written in first person, so I'd have to get my head around how this person sounded compared to how the last person sounded, only for it to change again in 50 pages time. I would have been very happy for it to have been a 6-book series. However, all the way through reading this book, I couldn't help but think that it would make an amazing film. I went to see the film in the cinema about a week ago and I was not disappointed. It worked wonders on screen. However, I will let Mr. Jack Howard tell you about the film when he's seen it. So if you've read this book, I'd like to know if you felt the same as I did about being wrenched from one story and thrown into the next. And I would like to know which out of the 6 stories was your favourite. Mine, personally, was Timothy Cavendish and Sonmi. I think this book is definitely worth a read as I've never read anything like it before, and David Mitchell is an incredibly talented writer to have written in so many different voices, and to create 6 different interlinking stories. It takes a while to get into, but once you've finished it, you definitely feel like you've just read something extremely unique. And I shall see you the next time I read a book.